So, what if you could completely, and I mean completely, transform your financial life in just 6 months? Now, I'm not talking about some vague tips or advice. No, this is a complete month-by-month blueprint with very specific, concrete targets. But here's the thing. All the information in the world is totally worthless without one key ingredient: execution. I want you to imagine two people watching this exact explainer right now. Okay, fast forward 6 months. One of them actually followed through. They've totally wiped out their credit card debt, they've built up a safety net, and they are automatically investing for their future. The other person? Well, they're in the exact same spot they are today, maybe even a little worse off. The difference between those two people isn't how smart they are, or how much they make, or if they got lucky. It's just action. So I want you to think of this not as just something to watch, but as a system. If you really commit to it, you will be in a profoundly different financial position. So are you ready to build it? Let's start with month one. Okay, month one is all about building the foundation. And you know what that foundation is? It's brutal honesty. You just cannot fix what you can't measure. The truth is, most of us operate in a kind of financial fog, and our first job together is to clear it completely. So here's your very first task. It's a simple 3-step financial audit you can literally do tonight. First, you're going to pull 3 months of statements from everywhere money moves: checking, credit cards, Venmo, you name it. Second, categorize every single transaction. And third, you're going to compare what's coming in to what's going out. That number right there is your financial truth. And the real power here is just how simple it is. All your spending fits into just 3 buckets. You've got your fixed expenses, those are your must-haves, then your discretionary expenses, those are your wants, and finally your debt payments. That's what you owe on the past. Trust me, when you see the actual dollar amount for each of these buckets, it can be a huge, huge eye-opener. Before we even finish month one, here is one immediate, super high-impact action for you. If your job offers a 401k match and you're not contributing enough to get all of it, you are literally leaving free money on the table. That match is an instant 100% return on your investment. Seriously, go check your contribution rate right now. Okay, let's move on to month two and see how this all starts to build. You now have awareness from your audit. That's huge. Now it's time to turn that awareness into action by cutting the fat from your budget and making a crystal clear plan to attack your debt. All right, here's a very concrete target for you. Your goal for this month is to find 10 to 15% in savings from your monthly expenses. Go back through that discretionary spending category from last month. Where is money going that just doesn't align with what you really want? Look, this isn't about depriving yourself. It's about being intentional. And that money you find, that becomes your new weapon against debt. And this is exactly why that weapon is so, so important. High interest debt is a financial emergency. At a 21% interest rate, a $6,000 balance can cost you an extra $3,600 in interest if you're only paying the minimum. That's more than half the original balance, just vanishing into thin air. All right, now we're in month 3, and we are going to build your shield. An emergency fund is the thing that finally breaks that vicious cycle where one unexpected car repair or one surprise medical bill just sends you deeper and deeper into high-interest debt. I mean, think about this for a second. Nearly half the country is one minor crisis away from a financial tailspin. If that feels familiar, hey, you are not alone. This is the exact vulnerability that we are going to eliminate in month 3 by building a buffer between you and life's inevitable surprises. So your first target is a psychologically powerful one: $1,000. That's it. You're going to redirect all that money you saved in month 2 directly into a separate high-yield savings account. You want it out of your daily checking account so you're not even tempted to touch it for things that aren't real emergencies. Now, while you're building that fund, you're also going to choose your debt attack plan. The avalanche method saves you the most money and interest, for sure. But the snowball method gives you these quick little wins to stay motivated. Honestly, either one is great. The most important thing is just to pick one and then stick with it relentlessly. Okay, we've built our defenses. We've got our shield. Now for the fun part. In month 4, we shift from defense to offense. We're going to start building wealth, and we're going to do it by putting the entire system on autopilot. You see, the key to building wealth over the long term isn't about picking the perfect stock or trying to guess which way the market is going to swing. It's just consistency. It's about putting money into appreciating assets, like low-cost index funds, which are basically just tiny slices of the entire stock market. month after month, year after year, and just letting compound growth do all the heavy lifting for you. And this is how you make that consistency totally effortless. You set up a system where your paycheck comes in and boom, money is automatically sent to your investments and your savings first. What's left over? Well, that's your guilt-free spending money. This completely removes willpower from the equation. You've already paid your future self. Now for months 5 and 6. This is where we make the system last a lifetime. We're going to go beyond the numbers and tackle the psychology of money, the strategy for actually increasing your income, and the habits that will keep you on track for decades to come. You know, our behavior is shaped by these invisible money scripts. A lot of times they're formed when we're kids. For instance, if you believe deep down that you're just bad with money, it can become a self-fulfilling prophecy, and you'll sabotage your own best efforts. Identifying and challenging these scripts is just as important as any budget. And I want you to remember this. Optimizing your expenses is powerful, but it has a floor. You can only cut so much. Earning more money, on the other hand, has no ceiling. This is where you start to focus on things like negotiating a raise, developing new skills, or finding a side income to really truly accelerate your goals. And to make this all last, you just need a rhythm. A quick weekly check-in, maybe 15 minutes, a monthly review to track your net worth, that's simply what you own minus what you owe, then bigger quarterly and annual reviews to see the big picture. This is the system that keeps you from ever drifting off course again. So why are we doing all of this? I mean, what's the big payoff? Well, let's look at it. If you invest just $500 a month and earn the historical stock market average, in 30 years, you're looking at over $1 million. And that isn't some fantasy, it's just math. Okay, now what happens if you use this system to increase that to $1,000 a month? Well, that's when things start to get really incredible. You're now on track for over $2 million. And what if you can get to $1,500 a month, which is totally possible once your debt is gone and your income starts to grow? The potential is over $3 million. This is the life-changing power of consistent, disciplined execution. So, we've come full circle. We're right back at the beginning with that tale of two people. The blueprint for a complete financial transformation is right here, broken down for you step by step. The only question left is the one from the very beginning. 6 months from now, which person will you be?